When you think of a construction block, cement probably comes to mind. But engineers at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln recently discovered a way to use hemp to make an environmentally friendly alternative. Here's 3 News Now reporter Aaron Haggerty continuing our Earth Day Every Day series.
It's not just for CBD or cosmetics. Hemp is showing its versatility. Hemp production in the U.S. was highly restricted until 2018. Now it's much more common.
When something like that happens, all of us researchers kind of think, oh, well, how can I use that in my work?
The result of that thought, a construction block with hemp as its star ingredient.
You also don't think about hemp as a building material. Most people, it's been around as a building material for many, many years, hundreds of years, but only recently has it become legalized.
UNL engineer Mark McGuire says in ancient times, Romans used hemp fibers in their mortar. Hemp has its advantages. This block is just half the weight of a typical concrete block, but it's just as strong.
It meets all the standard specifications for a lightweight concrete masonry unit.
And a huge environmental difference. Cement production accounts for about 8% of carbon emissions globally. Airplanes generate less than half of that, but they seem to get more attention. But Mark says one hemp block negates 4 cement blocks.
Mostly because of the hemp growing process and the amount of carbon that it gobbles up over the growing period.
When you're developing a hemp-based construction material, you're trying to help a part of the global warming problem in the world.
McGuire and Zina Ibrahim, a PhD student, said they knew it would work in the end.
So I got really excited when I got the required strength with the required consistency together. So yeah, and that took some time.
What else takes time? Growing enough hemp to be able to scale up production. So while we won't see buildings going up immediately, this is a green option pioneered right here in Nebraska.
I do think it could. It could change the industry.
In Omaha, Aaron Haggerty, 3 News Now.
If you've heard of hemp for construction before, you're probably thinking of hempcrete. Mark says this isn't that. The blocks are structural, not just an insulation material. So I was really curious about how much it weighed, and Aaron saw for that. I'm curious about the cost too, probably part of that scale conversation, but it's cool to see, like the future is now.
Yeah, it's interesting watching all these like different, because we had the story, what was it, plastics or something? That was also, or like
Yes,
rubber
where
stuff.
they're making boards out of plastic.
Yeah, so very interesting to see what the future holds for construction and building materials.
And as an avid DIYer, I love this space. I'm always looking at how much waste are we producing, what can we recycle and repurpose and reuse, and this is right along that same line.
Absolutely.
Cool stuff, Aaron.